I'm sorry, I had to scare you all. But I wanted you to feel what it's like when your brain is frozen. And because when we're scared, parts of our brain freeze up and we stop thinking. And today, I'm going to tell you how this brain hijacking, as I call it, happens in everyday life and happens to you more often than you think. It starts off with a story. And the story is about a damsel in distress, and that would be me, about road heroes, which may be one of you, and how I lived happily ever after. You see, I was driving on the A15, on a road that I drive quite often to my parents, and I was driving home, and I had the two children in the back, and they just fell asleep. And it was a very cold, windy February afternoon. I had the radio on, nice and warm. So I was driving along, and then suddenly I felt my car do this. I thought, it's that Italian car of mine again. I'll just drive on. But it turned out that I had a flat tire. So that was when I thought, oh no, I have to get out of this car and have to do it quickly, because there were cars flying by at 120 kilometers an hour, and I needed to get out. It's one of the most dangerous places on the road, as you probably know. So children, wake up, put your shoes on, and it went really quickly. So shoes on, jackets on, I grabbed my phone, I pulled the blankets out of the car, and all I could think of was getting out of there and huddling the children in front of me, away in the grass, and just pretending we were having a nice adventure, which it wasn't at all, because I was scared stiff. So I called, and within 10 minutes, this yellow truck, oh yeah, these are the kids. What it's all about. And this yellow truck just arrived, and this man, probably a road inspector, he came and with this bright yellow coat and said, "You're going to be okay." And then I could relax. So, and then I started thinking about the car, because I didn't really care about the car at all. I thought, oh, it can wait a week as long as we're gone. I don't care. But then, oh yeah, I need to switch this. I need to have the new tyre, because it was completely wrecked, because I drove too far with it. So, yeah, so this hero came to save me, us. And just stepping into different shoes now as a facilitator here in Lef, why am I telling you this story? I'm telling you this story because, first of all, I would like to applaud the road heroes of Holland. And secondly, because I was thinking about this later on, is because what went on in my brain, these processes, are things we facilitate here in Lef every day. And it's much more subtle than having a stopping along the highway. But our brain consists of 3 parts. And one part is called, is there for survival, and it's also called the reptilian brain. And this reptilian brain is there always on the lookout to see if we're safe. And any changes, any movement, anything out of the ordinary, it triggers. And it will trigger so that other parts of the brain freeze. And the parts of the brain that freeze, that don't get the resources, because our brains need lots and lots of resources, so that's why it focuses, is our rational thinking. So the moment this reptilian brain, this survival part of the brain, freezes up, you can't think anymore properly. You can't make sums. You can't make plans. So I'll go through the process with you. I was driving along, and my brain's in neutral. And then this shudder in the car, the reptilian brain is, hey, what's up? Wake up, listen. But then I'm still rational. I'm thinking, oh, I've had this problem before. I just drive on. But then the minute I think, oh, I'm in danger, I need to get out of this car, is when this survival part of the brain takes over, freezes up, and just makes sure all resources are there to get us out of there safely. This mechanism is, for me as a mother, quite convenient because it keeps me safe. But as a Rijkswaterstaat employee, it isn't really handy because the brain freezes up much more subtly, and you want the triggers are subtle, and you want the brain hijacks. They occur a lot more often than you expect. And working in a knowledge organisation, you need this information reaching its destination, because correct information, correct thinking, correct planning makes sure we're safe. Make sure we are safe when we're working outside. It makes sure you're safe when you're driving home. It keeps Dutch society safe. And that's why I wanted you to explain this brain freezing and why it's so relevant for you. So you want the whole brain working and not this brain freeze. And what's an example in business life? Well, I've got 2 clips for you. And these are from this. Oh, let me show this man. This is a hijack bit. This man is Sir Alan Sugar. Anyone knows Sir Alan Sugar? Yeah, I see some nods. Sir Alan Sugar is quite a scary piece of work. He's a really successful businessman, and he has a program, and he selects who can be his apprentice. So he invests lots of money and energy into in the winners. So these people do a task, and then after the task, they sit at the boardroom, which is really scary, and then he says, "You're fired." So I'll just show you.
This is an unbelievable opportunity.
Lord Sugar's in the market for a brand new business partner.
This process is not about a job, it's about me ploughing £250,000 into a business. Trust me, there are people in this room that are hungry for this deal.
Here to do battle for his backing, 16 ambitious entrepreneurs.
You told me you can do things, you lot. You can't. You're all a bloody waste of space.
At stake, a £250,000 investment and a 50-50 partnership with a business icon.
I believe actions speak louder than words. You shut up, and you shut up, and you talk.
Get the gear, get the gear.
It's a deal worth fighting for.
We're gonna run like hell to sell those ukuleles.
Potatoes fresh from the ground.
Oh, it's okay.
16 potential business partners.
I run 3 businesses. No offence, you're a doctor.
No, don't. You cannot possibly say that.
12 tough weeks.
For God bloody sake.
Big smiles.
1 life-changing opportunity.
You're fired. You're fired. I don't want to see your face anymore. You're fired.
I told you it was scary. So the next clip is it shows a team that does a really simple task, doing some calculations, but they mess it up completely. So this is what happens when your brain is under pressure and you start doing simple, rational thinking.
Still flummoxed by the figures, team leader Tim and the girls.
Let's just go with that.
Yeah, that's a 1%.
We're gonna do
What
that.
do you reckon?
Yeah, guys, happy with that.
What we've done is we've made the 1% solution and added it to that barrel.
So how much of the rhubarb essence has been added to this keg?
22.5
mil.
What dilution?
1%.
100%.
100%. It needs to be 1%.
Guys, this is not safe to drink.
It's too strong.
Too strong.
30 litres lost. Time to try again.
Yeah.
Careful.
How many millilitres has been added to that keg of the 1%
100.
solution?
100.
Right, there's far too much in there then.
We mixed it with this and then we
it goes
added
into
it
that.
to the actual one. Right, we've ruined the keg. Please, can we have another one?
Poor people. So here in LEF, our goal is to facilitate difficult or persistent questions that need this whole brain thinking. And it enables breakthroughs with the brain as a key ingredient. So we don't want to trigger this survival part of the brain. And we do this by using different settings. And we could, thank you. For example, we use settings which stimulate equality. We make sure that managers sit literally at the same level. We have neutral facilitators, making sure that the social danger is as low as possible. When talking about difficult subjects, we make sure sometimes that people don't look at each other face to face. like this and like that. We even have them lying down sometimes. And also we try to neutralize difficult topics by pictures and softer lighting. We make sure people don't get a sugar rush to go into a sugar low in a minute, which is quite bad for any process you would like. We are very careful with caffeine, and we do clever catering so that your energy level stays up as long as possible. So in your work, I explained what it was in LEF. What about in your work? What are triggers for this part of the brain that freezes up the other parts, the other important parts of the brain? A difficult conversation, a first encounter with someone, a new area, a new surroundings. Being criticized in public is social danger. Being hungry, which is there for your survival as well. All these parts are subtle triggers of your brain, which make sure that rational thinking is difficult. An example: Manager Thomas tells team member George, "Hey, George, things aren't going very well. This report you've written or the thing you did, not very well." And George, so how are you going to fix this? Well, now you know the question, how are you going to fix it? He can't answer that because this rational part of the brain is frozen and he can't think of planning. So the next time you have to make a difficult conversation or perhaps receive feedback, think about the physical setup. How are you sitting next to each other like this? And make sure you're at the same height. Some desk chairs higher than others. So when you sit, you can imagine when you're sitting across your manager and he's high, or she's like, you're already frozen. Use mirror. You can mirror someone's behavior to lower the social distance. You can use humor. Talk about an interesting topic, the weather, something easy. I'm British, yeah? So, give time for this survival part of the brain to relax and make sure this whole brain is thinking rather than just one piece, or one piece, a select piece. So to conclude, what would I like you to take away from my talk today is that if you and your organization want this whole brain thinking, be aware of this hijacker in your brain and give it time to defrost and relax. Thank you.